If you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, then this could be the magic deck for you. I was very excited when I found this because I realised it has one of the funnest elements of Yu-Gi-Oh built into it, and that's the mystery of a face-down card. And actually, playing the arena version is better than paper because you can keep track of everything just by hovering over it with your mouse pointer, rather than in paper, you keep lifting the card up going, what's this, what's this, what's this? So the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one. You cloak a card from your hand, or you put a counter on each colour's creature you control. The synergy there is really great, because when you cloak a card, you put a card from your hand face down as a 2-2 with War 2, which is basically pushed morph. And once you have lots of colours creatures out, you can put counters on each of them, which is really great. So the deck combines the mystery and awesomeness of Yu-Gi-Oh! With the power level of just free creatures and lots of extra counters. Abilities like Hardened Scales are going to get you really far, and obviously on the top end we've got Vorinclex, which does the extreme. This doubles the amount of counters. Doubling Season is in here too. Lots of ways to double and move counters around. I've just realised the 1-mana Ozlith isn't in here, but you know, you could easily slide that in. If you're not happy with my build, just put the 1-mana Ozlith in. But I just wanted to put some different things in, essentially. And Ozlith can shift counters around the colourless one, but it's not always a guarantee that you're going to have them. I don't know. It's up to you. Feel free to put it in. We've already got loads anyway. Branching Evolution. You know, we've got some really interesting elements to the deck as well, because she cares about colourless creatures. So I tried to include a few ways to make colourless creatures. Ugin makes colourless creatures from the top of the deck. We have a few of our own morphers, like Sagu Mauler, which is really awesome to just attack them with a 2-2. They don't block you with surprise. It's a trample X with 6/6. Kara's Spell Snatcher, which is like Commandeer built into a morph. So you pay 6, you counter opponent's spell, and then you can then cast their spell whenever you could normally cast it. It's really awesome. Got lots of ways to boost your team's power with like Thunderous Velocipede, lots of awesome things going on, lots of ways to abuse the counters, and as long as you can get some kind of card advantage going just by drawing a few things, you can really abuse Vannifar's abilities. I think she's actually really strong. She reminds me quite a bit of, what's the other one called? Itrata. Whenever an assassin hits, you get to do something, like you create another body, something similar to that. But yeah, we've got a sneaky copy of Nardo in here because people use powerful stuff all the time. And don't forget that even things like Nissa puts counters on lands, but those are still colourless. So Vannifar can actually put counters on them. There's lots of nice little synergies like this. And a Roaming Throne is not only colourless, but it doubles triggers. So you can put 2 creatures into your field from your hand using Vannifar. I'm actually really excited, and it's quite rare for me to get excited from a commander like this, but yeah, it's just a nice way to blend elements of another game into this one. And no, it's not perfectly Yu-Gi-Oh crossover, but I think it's pretty close for a commander to have like Yu-Gi-Oh like abilities, putting things in face down defense mode as such. I hope you enjoy it, and I certainly did. It's very fun. If you want to support the channel, check out the description box below, where you can support me via Ko-fi or Patreon and get a custom video of your choice. Let's get into the gameplay. Interesting that one of our very first opponents is Anukin, who obviously in the lore cares heavily about colours things. We both have the same title, The Brilliant, which is kind of strange. I've noticed that since unlocking the title, which is underneath my commander's name here, The Brilliant, I've faced a lot of people with the same title. I hope they're not using that as a way to match people in the algorithm. It's kind of weird. So we're going to get next turn Vannifar, which I think is just really amazing. I think she's 100% underrated, underrepresented. The fact she just makes an extra body with War 2 is really awesome. Let's give a Vannifar here. And we definitely want to cloak. I think we'll cloak the Doubling Season. So the reason Doubling Season is in the deck is because it doubles the counters rather than carrying with the tokens. But 1 Power Stone, so they could potentially get something really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ugin could come the next turn, but is that going to be enough? Especially when we have Vorinclex coming in as well. We're going to cloak. And we're going to get to increase the power level of our guys with the Tribute to the World Tree, which is kind of awesome. randomly makes our smaller things bigger, or randomly gives us bigger card draw when if a creature comes in bigger. So I think Vorinclex is going to be insane. It's going to be able to... Oh my goodness, are they just going to spam the field with lots of... Oh no, lots of blockers. That's a shame. But yeah, if they... Oh man. Oh man. Okay. So now we're talking. The counters keep on coming. Can we kill them? That's 10, 16, 19. That's exactly. So they would have to block if we attack them. Let's just do that. Like, they're still going to have loads of mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they could go for something like an Ulamog, which would be devastating. But I still... Okay, Cityscape Leveler. Still think they're dead from everything else we do, though, aren't they? They've only got one blocker. Oh my goodness. We got 2 more creatures here, which is pretty crazy. You can flip them up at any time. That feels so crazy being able to just do that. And they're dead because they can only block the 7/7. Then they still take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, let's flip it in response. Surprise, bird! This thing is so fun, guys. This is so fun. I've missed this feeling. It's great. So some of you out there might be interested in mukbang videos. I'm not saying this is a mukbang video by any means. I'm nothing like that. But this, I've made some Buldak Korean spicy carbonara ramen. And I got hungry doing this video. I got hungry recording this video. So I thought, screw it. Let's just do a video where I'm just eating and chilling with you guys. I got a message today. I got a comment today basically saying someone enjoyed listening to my voice to go to bed. Actually, that was another comment. It was actually a video that said they enjoyed listening to my voice because it sounded like David Attenborough. And I thought to myself, what is it? What is the actual final intention of these videos? And I don't really know. It used to be to inform and just kind of show people cool magic decks. But you know what? If you enjoy listening to my voice that makes you go to sleep, fair enough. I might leave that on top, actually. That will accelerate by +1. So it'll be turn 3 rather than turn 4. So yeah, there may be people out there interested in watching my videos for different reasons, but maybe there's someone out there interested in watching this video because they like to watch a man eating noodles at night time. So if you were interested in the Buldak ramen, you might have seen my old video, Sauron, in which I ate the... I think it was the 2x or the 3x spicy Buldak version of this. That was absolute hell, and I hated it. It was awful. The only solace I have from that is I got one of my best friends to also eat a pack, and he almost died. So that was funny. But yeah, this is... If you do want to venture down Buldak, the Koreans are crazy, because every single Buldak ramen spice flavor pack thing is hot AF. They're all hot. There is no kind of mild Buldak. So just keep that in mind. The one I have is Carbonara brand. Well, not brand as such, but just the Carbonara flavour, which is a lot lighter on the tongue. The fact we can just play around is great. But yeah, I think the Carbonara one is probably quite nice. And I've added a flourish to the ramen. I've added some bacon. It's very naughty. Very naughty. And I've crispified the living hell out of it. Oh, that is so good. Spicy noodles, salty bacon. You can't really go wrong. playing Magic, talking to you guys. Maybe you guys want to join and get your own ramen or your own food. I'm not gonna lie, I did cheat a bit. It's still spicy. I put a dash of milk in it. Blimey. I'm half Asian and it's still spicy. Although it depends what Asian. I'm half Thai. Thai people don't generally have that much spicy stuff. Once you get into like Indian, Korean territory, now that's a lot of spice. And to be perfectly honest, I think I've definitely lost this particular game. Death Touch. I suppose we've got Toski, which could be quite a nice blocker. And I'm going to put a Jace down because I don't think we're coming back from this game, guys. Especially given their Mythweaver pockets online. And yeah, we're just going to sit back and just not do anything. Not all of my videos are like this, by the way. This is different. And I'm not going to say I'm going to eat this whole bowl on. But for this game, let's see. There's got to be a perfect combination of food for gaming, right? Like, it can't be something too Cheetos cheese dusty, because then you'll get your mouse and keyboard all wrecked. Shouldn't probably even be ramen, because this is a dry ramen I've done, but you can get like a soupy ramen that would literally go everywhere. Slurping. Something like a roast dinner is probably a really bad idea as well. It's just going off. Yorgmoth. They decided to... Oh no, that was Automatic Mill, wasn't it? With one of these mushroom things. At least it's a cool mushroomy theme. There's definitely a mushroomy vibe going on. Mushrooms? Maybe that's something else you can add to the ramen. Who knows? Vegetables. Man, if you've never put crab sticks in a ramen, do it. Overload your ramen. Go for it. Crab stick, egg, bacon, bean sprout, bamboo shoot, all sorts. It's certainly not glamorous eating spicy noodles online, I'll tell you that. Creative Behemoth. You know what? Normally, I'd be really pissed off because it's just a boring win con, but I don't really care anymore. You can just have a normal game of Magic, and it's kind of like a cool decision-making thing where you're like, oh, how is the tie going to be broken? What interesting techniques will my opponent use in order to get out of this corner, or me get out of this corner? Oh, look, Creative Behemoth. They've all got trample. Okay, that's a shame. I was kind of enjoying the just the chill vibes there, but clearly my opponent's not having midnight ramen with bacon. Clearly they are eating raw vegetables. Cool, this seems pretty nice. So I've just finished my ramen and my tongue's on fire. And my nose won't stop running. Ha! And this always happens after Buldak. Some of you might call me a pussy right now. And you know what? Valid statement. But, oh god. Why is it hitting me now? I've eaten the whole bowl. I've eaten the whole bowl, and I'm affected after it all. Spice is kind of interesting, isn't it? The way it hits people. Sometimes it hits you imminently, sometimes it hits you a few minutes later. Yeah, definitely Buldak hits you a bit later on. Okay, so we've got a lot of ramp here. I'm hoping we can get some really awesome things going off here. Like a Thunderous Velocipede comes out, makes Vannifar bigger. Hardened Scales. So Athros, I'm actually not too worried about here. Tamio. That's cool. I think let's go for Set of the Wilds. I don't want to just go to Tamio into nothing. Okay. She can return something as well. Maybe she can return the Lotus Cobra. Oh boy. Athreos. Athreos is a powerful aristocrats build. I kind of fish. I kind of fish. I kind of wish that Vannifar had some kind of protection, like Ward 1, Ward 2, maybe. That's a cool. Oh dear. Okay, so now the hell begins. They're going to have lots of draining going on. I suppose the Tatiova might be quite nice just to give us a bit of life here and there. Flare. God damn it. It's just the timing is just not working out here. Okay. Go for the Thunderous Velocipede. We want to get some kind of pressure out here. Because now when the creatures come in, they're going to get 2 counters on each thing. Yeah. We've had ironically a really slow start because we keep missing land drops. We should actually be on like +1 to 2 lands here versus their 4, but we'll do what we can do. And it's annoying that we've had to play all this ramp out before the Tatiova. She would have given us quite a bit more life. Oh shit. Creatures die. We lose 2 and a Chthonian Nightmare. Oh no. So that's really quite bad. We're down to 15. Oh no. How the hell are we gonna survive here? I'm not sure. Maybe we start making some blockers. I mean, our guys are huge now. It's kind of cool. And yeah, we'll cloak a card. I think we'll cloak the Tatiova. Because we can still play it later on. We can basically pay 5 to flip it and then start playing some lands. I don't know. We'll see. Do they have some kind of board wipe, maybe? Chthonian Nightmare. Ugh. So disgusting with this Athreos as well. Crew of 3. Actually, do we need to? No, we don't need to, I don't think. So stuff is going to die. So that's not going to die. So actually the best thing here is just to not... Oh my goodness, how much drain is there? Loses 1 life. Each opponent loses 1 life. Each opponent loses... Yeah, I think we're just basically dead now, aren't we? How many triggers are there going to be? So the Marionette. Pay 3. That's... I feel like we're just going to be dead anyway, because they can revive them. Yeah, that was just so unlucky. They had literally every single death trigger go in there. And then the Chthonian Nightmare can just sacrifice things to bring them. Yeah, I actually do not think there's a way we could have gotten out of that unless we had a mass bounce spell. They just got incredibly lucky. They've still got one as well. Yeah, we're just dead. What a shame. That's quite annoying. Kind of unbelievable how many they had. How many of those Death Trigger guys. 3 of them. So yeah, I guess I just have to play that. I think Chthonian Nightmare is an absolutely broken card, by the way. It is just so broken. The fact you just... It gets 3 energy, and then you can just... And it goes back to hand. You can redeploy Constellation and just bring back anything. Yeah. There was no way out of that. If I had not paid 3... I guess it would have been better to just put them all in the hand. That was probably a mistake. Instead of paying 3 to go to the graveyard, they would have just redeployed. Yeah, That was actually a bit foolish, wasn't it? They would have had 6 more life there. They would have had nothing in the graveyard. Oh well, we live and we learn. That was silly, but I think I was just intimidated and overwhelmed by the sheer number of death triggers they had, which was ridiculous. All right, this hand seems decent. We've got a bit of ramp, nice kind of payoff with the chase. I definitely want a blue source here. And the emergency sequence is nice, specifically in this deck because it gives you a... Oh, it's not colorless, is it? That's pretty annoying, actually. I thought emergency sequence made the land creature colorless, but I was wrong. So this won't actually get any synergy with Vannifar here. Of course, the opponent had to surveil in response to our spell, even though it makes no difference. Probably should have gone for the sequence to get the second blue source for the Jace, but oh well. Generous Blunderer. So this can give us both treasures. Let's cloak a card here. Target opponent creates a tap treasure. So they're ramping us as well. Do I feel sad about this? If you give your upkeep, you may create a treasure. When you do, target opponent creates one. Whenever this attacks, it deals damage to defending player equal to the number of artifacts that they control. Okay. Very powerful double-edged sword here. If they have a kill spell for Vannifar, that would be very, very sad. But Dragon Spark Reactor. This is a scary card. And a Marionette's Apprentice. Oh, Lord. We literally just face all of these. Oh, I think this is a scary one. We need to just hit a natural land, please. Thank you. So we can go for Jace. And bounce that, maybe? One of the nicest things about Vannifar here is that it just allows us to create more blockers. Yeah, we'll put the emergency sequence down, seeing as the synergy wasn't as I expected. Dragon Spark Reactor is kind of freaky, because that can literally be a win con eventually. Sack it, it deals damage equal to the number of charge gets on it to target player. Not much damage to one creature. Whenever it's artifact or another artifact, you cannot enter, put a charge counter. Yeah, that is quite concerning. And their deck just plays Imskir out for pretty low cost. Gives them the ability to get cards back. Is there a card that Tamio wants us to get back from the graveyard? Not currently. Oh, so they're building up for a big turn next turn, I think. Prodigy Evolution is pretty awesome. Right, so if we brainstorm, we could put a card on top and then draw it with... Tamio. Terroristic Study. Although do we care about Rustic Study? I mean, not really, but we see it there. Oh, Barral's Expertise, that's definitely something we're going to want next turn. 100%. Branching Evolution, please. And let's put another card into play here. You know what? Yeah, we'll put the Rampant Growth in. There's a lot of decision making to be made. So we've got 2 creatures with Ward 2. It's going to be difficult for them to get past both. So we might as well attack. Do they have a big board wipe coming up? I'm not confident. If this comes down, it gives them some advantage, but it's not really pressure as such. It just gives them more fuel for the fire. And we have Tamio to bring stuff back as well, unless the board wipe that with something like blood on the snow. Killing both the walkers would be quite bad. But they only have one snowland. Not that it matters when you kill all the walkers, but... Boundary Beetle. Tarian's Journal. So they're setting up something else here. Lots of drain going off this Marionette Apprentice. We're going to have to be very careful. But saying that, I do think because of the Barrage expertise, we've basically won now.
No tail should be discarded.
Although we do not have a blue source currently, which is irritating. Apparently we don't even need a blue source. We can just show them the Barrage expertise and win the game outright. That is crazy. This card is so underplayed and underrated, and I love being able to use it and sneak it in because people just don't see it because it's not in a lot of net deck lists. But yeah, that's why you're here on my channel. Free tech guys, any expertise card, pretty damn good. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.